So the first quarter has been and gone this weekend. We are recording this on Thursday, the 19th of October. This weekend is the start of the second quarter. So we're going to do a quick analysis with the Rejected Logic boys. TD9 Games, we've got RL Delusional, and we've got RL MindOfWillo as well. Hosted by myself, Craigycoo, also of Rejected Logic. Can we get a big welcome to the boys? How are we, boys?
I'm not too bad, really good.
Yeah.
Delusional, you're very quiet. Surprising.
Always vibing, sir. Always vibing.
Nice. Are we ready for some questions?
I am ready. Test my knowledge.
To tear into this, right? We're just going to tear into this.
Oh.
Right. Question 1. Right.
Who goes first?
What team, for good or bad reasons, right, has made an impression on you, and why have they made an impression on you? Who's going first? Who's starting us off? Who's kicking this off?
Let the Irish guy go first, you know.
Yeah.
Focus. I would say good or bad. I'm gonna go bad, right? I have a good and bad, but I'll go bad. Delusional, I'm sorry, but Chelsea. Chelsea is a team that has disappointed me the most this year. The money they spent, the players they brought in, by hopes and people like Nicholas Jackson and all, and they just haven't hit the ground running at the start of the year. They had a big one against Luton in game number 2, and everyone thought they were back, and then they're just back to being Chelsea again. I feel like they're really, really disappointing this year, and I feel like they know themselves they can do a lot better. Because Chelsea not playing European football it's just crazy considering we all grew up watching Chelsea and the Champions League year in year out. Yeah, Chelsea for me for 100%. I think.
Delusional, you going to counter that? What we're saying?
Everyone's obviously got an opinion, and some people don't understand processes and projects, but you know, it is what it is.
Oh, here we go.
Just let Poch cook, man. Just let him cook.
What about the manager before it?
What we saying?
Graham Potter was clueless. Let's not go down that route.
Okay.
He was playing Cucurella at centre back.
To be fair, Chelsea have only lost 3 lads. They've only lost 1 more than Villa, than City. It's just the fact they can't get a win.
They can't score goals.
They can't
Hey,
score
we've
goals.
scored more in our last 2 than we did all season, so let's just it's cooking. It's cooking. It's starting.
Then we got hit by an international break and you'll be back to square one.
No, they got Arsenal don't know what's going on.
I think Chelsea's issue is that they've always had an experienced striker.
Yeah.
Who's the striker, bro?
Nicholas Jackson.
Come
Exactly.
Did you not see those sweet feet?
Exactly. Who is that?
I mean, you had Drogba in the past. You know, you had Zola back in the day.
Anelka.
One thing everyone always forgets with Drogba is that he was a complete unknown when we bought him. Everyone went round and went, who? So you've got to let players build it up.
Delusional had an instant impact at Chelsea. Now, and this
Drogba did not have an instant impact, actually. Funny fact.
And
he actually had one of the worst debut seasons ever.
Chelsea need an experienced striker. They've not brought one in. They bought Cole Palmer for 50 million.
What was that signing, by the way? What was that signing?
Don't ask me.
Do you want to know a mind-boggling stat, lads? Listen to this now. Chelsea have conceded only 1 more goal than Arsenal and City, but they are 9 positions below them, as Craigie said, because they've scored less than half their goals. Not less than half, around half their goals.
We have the highest expected goals in the league.
But you've got only 1 more goal conceded. It shows.
That proves our point then. That proves our point.
Yeah.
Highest XG in the league, 1 less goal than City and Arsenal, who are top 2, I believe. And you're sitting mid-table.
Yeah.
Just watch, alright? Just watch. We're cooking. We're cooking.
Fast forward 6 months time when Nicholas Jackson becomes Premier League top goal scorer, and we're like, what happened there?
I'm not saying he's going to be golden boot, but I always said this: as long as he gets to like 15 goals this season, I'll be happy with his debut season.
I think I said the same in Nunes' game last year for us. Also, double digits this year and let him cook then next year.
Yeah, let him build up that knowledge of the league and how to get through it and the system. You got to remember, like, we're playing a completely new system again under a new manager, so it takes time to gel.
And I think we're forgetting, boys, as well. Chelsea have won the last 2 games in a row now. The only other teams win 2 games in a row are Arsenal and Spurs now. City have lost 2 in a row. Liverpool have lost.
They lost 2 in a row. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so Chelsea are actually the team in form over the last fortnight now.
Yeah.
So it could, as Craigie said, be a change of tide now.
Delusional.
Only
When's
just us that much.
the last time you actually won 2 games in a row?
These were away from home as well. So the last time we did that was like 2022, something like that.
Crazy. Right, are you going for Chelsea as your answer too, Delusional? You know
No, my answer is Bournemouth.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming this is for bad reasons.
I was going to say, is it
I
for
have
good?
two for bad, but Bournemouth is my mainly bad one.
Mm-hmm.
Bournemouth are going to come off a lot of my. Mainly because they changed their manager from Gary O'Neill, who steadied the ship, and they weren't playing exotic football or craziest football, but they were getting the job done.
Yeah.
And that's what you kind of need as a club that's in the bottom half of the table.
So Bournemouth, for statistics, Bournemouth are 8 played, drew 3, lost 5.
They haven't won a game
0
yet.
wins. No, 0 wins. They're with Sheffield with 0 wins.
They've scored 5 goals in 8 games.
Yeah, that's not a good
start. They brought in
start.
Iriola to big acclaim. I didn't really get the hype because I don't mean it badly, but I know Rayo Vallecano aren't exactly the most amazing team, but to then not really kick on and get them doing anything differently than they were doing under Gary O'Neill, you question why there was a managerial change.
He did bring in some good players, though, to be honest. People like Justin Clevert, Caracas, the left back from AZ is good. They brought in some really good players.
Boys, they've got that midfielder who's a worldie as well, that Billen. He's class.
Billen, yeah, that's right.
I would say in a few more years, if he carries on, if he gets to the top 6 team, I don't know if he's top 6, but say top half, I think he'd definitely be in the England squad.
If
he carried on. Yeah. Is he? I'm sure he is, Billen. Is he Billen?
Billen's Danish. He's Danish.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think he's English.
Oh, is he in the Danish squad?
Do you know what that reminded me of? That reminded me of a caller going about the Scottish guy. Nimi. He's Finnish? No, he's Scottish.
That joke's as old as time, that one.
Yeah.
No, I hear it. I mean, Bournemouth, they've conceded 18 goals, which is the third highest in the league, behind just in front of Burnley and Sheffield United. But obviously Sheffield United having that 8-0 loss to Newcastle didn't really help things for them. But their goals, only Brentford. Sorry, not Brentford. They are the worst scorers in the league with 5 goals.
Yeah, I agree. They're a target man.
I think Bournemouth's issues are clear as day, boys, to be honest.
When they played Liverpool, though, they caused Liverpool a lot of trouble. They went 1-0 up after 1 minute, and they had a goal disallowed in the second minute.
Is this all to do with just like your reasons for Chelsea, new manager coming in, new system trying to be played? Or is this just a lack of quality that they brought in?
I feel like playing Dominic Solanke as your striker, you're not getting nowhere in the league.
Yeah,
you're not going to score enough goals. No. As a Chelsea fan who knows this,
as a Liverpool fan as well, he's been both. Yeah.
He went on Exodus to join Liverpool because we would offer him a ridiculous wage of £80,000 as a player who never kicked a ball in a senior shirt yet. He was never going to set the world alight.
Nah.
He was always someone who was clearly... he's a talented footballer, don't get me wrong. But he always believed a bit... I think he believed his own hype too much, and it's showing a bit.
The discipline's been an issue this year as well, boys. I've got some stats for you. So, at home, Bournemouth have been giving away 2 penalties in 4 games. And away, they've been giving away 1 in 4. So, that's telling you, out of 8 games, they're giving away 3 penalties in 8 games. So, it's nearly a penalty every other game they're giving away as well.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and also free kicks. Like at home, they're giving away like 16% of the game. They're giving away out of all their home games so far. They're giving away free kicks. So every 16 minutes, they're giving not 6%. Every 16 minutes, they're giving away a free kick as well. So like discipline. I don't know whether that's because they're in the relegation battle. Maybe they're, loss of head. They're just fouling for the sake of fouling. But they give away 3 penalties in 8 as well. 2 in 4 at home. 1 in 4 away.
Lack of concentration, isn't it?
Yeah. That says it a lot as well, doesn't it?
That's an alarming rate of penalties, by the way.
Yeah.
It's also the way the penalties are given nowadays. That actually doesn't shock me that much.
I think if we were going to look at that situation with VAR, I mean, massive controversy in the international break just there. Obviously with Scotland
and Spain, wasn't it?
Spain, and then obviously Morata's goal against Norway as well. was VAR controversy, but a lot of the controversy of VAR is down to decisions being probably forced. I would say decisions probably being forced on referees now, whereas before, I think VAR, not from this season, I think it actually worked better than this season, to be honest. I think they're trying to make it so smooth and simple and bringing in extra things that they're making it hard for themselves, referees and officials. And
you seen what happened in the Liverpool-Tottenham game as well with Diaz offside. It's the same thing. They're trying to run too tight of a ship, too smooth, that it's not working. I want if we can bring what happened at the World Cup, like that 3D animation thing I played, that would sort it out. That would sort everything out.
But you know what? At the same time, I think you've also got to put yourself in that position. So even though we can say, I do agree, I think VAR is a lot of shambles, in my opinion, a lot of shit. But at the same time, it's also a catch-22 because if the other team didn't win the ball off you, for example, or you didn't give the ball away, or they weren't attacking your goal, so if you'd had possession of the ball, you still put yourself in that position to be able to have that chance to potentially give away a penalty. Does that make sense? So I do agree. You could argue that, but it's a double-edged sword, isn't it?
Personally, for me, is that I actually love. The thing is, so I break VAR to do different things, right? The technology works, right? We've seen the technology works.
It does, yeah.
It's just all of these issues are now just risen to the point that the referees in the league are incompetent.
Yes,
and
I do agree.
There's a lack of training and professionalism within them. Because
100%.
when you then have like Mike Dean, who's now retired, come out saying, I didn't give that the foul against Chelsea because I wanted to protect my mate.
Yeah,
that's right.
Like you're just bringing the game into absolute shambles with that.
When you look at like Sky Sports on a Monday, for example, they do the referee watch with Dermot Gallagher, right? And some of the opinions, they're just looking at letters in a rule book and words in a rule book, and they're saying, well, that's the rule, and you think, but that's not the game of football. That's not how it should be played. That's not the spirit of the game. Yes, there's rules there.
I also think on that as well, Craigie, I feel like they're making football less entertaining now because of it. Because everything is rule book. Whereas you don't get actually play football.
It's like with the VAR stuff, it's like you look at technology, and Howard Webb keeps saying it whenever he does his little apology video for messing up. And it's going, well, if you look at rugby and TMO, for example, and how seamless and clear their conversations are, like the Liverpool Tottenham thing, no one knew what the question was or what they were questioning the decision. Whereas in rugby, it's like, is this a try? And they go through, go, no, yes.
But then the referee also questions it at rugby too, so it's like, exactly, I want a different camera angle, and they're all, give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, and they have a conversation to actually talk through a decision instead of going, maybe, I don't know what the on-field, like, all they needed to do in that Liverpool Spurs situation was go, what was the on-field decision? Offside. Okay, am I looking for onside? Yes. And then you look for the onside, and that was it.
I think they thought that the goal was awarded, and then they were happy then. And
and that's what caused the confusion. It's just a lack of clear communication that no other sport that has technology struggles with.
In terms of VAR, I think we're all in agreement that things could be
work
a lot quicker and a lot more efficient and more clear for not just the supporters but for teams as well. So yeah. In terms of question 1, I'm going to go next. Willow, if you're fine with that, bro.
Yeah, crack on.
Yeah, I'm going to say good. We've had 2 bad.
First good one. Okay.
I'm going to go good, and I don't think it's too controversial. But I'm going to say Aston Villa.
Oh, okay. That's a shot.
I just mouthed the team to my camera, thinking he's going to say this team, but you didn't.
Yes.
Right, they're sitting 5th at the minute, 16 points. Right, 4 off the top. They've scored 19 goals, by the way, in 8 games. Right. Yes, they had the terrible start to the league
against Newcastle.
James's part, right? The terrible start, but they have conceded 12, which can be slightly worrying for a team that's pushing that European places. But bear in mind, they have European football this season.
Yeah.
Right? And they are scoring goals. I think Ollie Watkins is possibly in the top 5 Premier League strikers this season.
Oh
He
yeah,
won't be there next year, lads.
I wouldn't
Can't
doubt
be.
that a second. Do you think Aston Villa were predicted to do this? So, because I know in my prediction video
Yeah.
that I put out, I predicted them to come
No,
sacked from the league.
I
So
No, I had them
I don't think they
6th as
were.
well.
yeah,
I don't think they were. I think the Unai Emery's a serial European winner.
he's such a good manager, such a good manager.
Winner. I don't know the exact stats of how many European trophies he's won, but I'm pretty sure he's won Europa League with Sevilla. Is that right?
And
Something.
he won it with someone else too, didn't he?
Um,
Villarreal?
I think he's going to
No.
be.
Yeah, Villarreal.
I think he's going to be completely focused on looking at European competition and saying, actually, I want us to push in that.
You
But
got a
then,
chance, yeah.
But
they'll have to get the momentum of the pressure.
on that as well, they just beat some random team. I don't even know who that team is in Europe last week or 2 weeks ago, and they only beat them 1-0 thanks to like a 92nd or 91st minute winner. So
Are
it's
they
not.
Conference League?
Yeah,
Yeah, they should do well in that.
they should do really well, but they're taking the lesser known teams who don't really have any big names, like teams from like Romania or somewhere like that there, to the 91st minute before they score the first goal.
Do you know what, though, lads, right?
But a one's a one at the end of the day, I
I think
guess.
Craig get the point, though. I think Craigy's right. I think
Yeah.
I don't think it matters the competition of European football, because I remember when United got knocked out with Villarreal under Solskjaer, and then when we won it under Mourinho, like some of the teams like we struggled against, and we had Pogba boys, we had Ibrahimovic, we had Rooney, we had Carrick, and yeah, okay, they were all at the end of their careers, but they're also world class. Like Craigy's saying, I think Craigy's hit the biggest point. Like he's a serial winner, but I don't think he's got the depth. I think. When he
Oh,
gets,
I would argue otherwise. You know, I think Aston Villa have one of the biggest depth in the league.
One of the biggest names he's brought in is Zaniolo from Galatasaray.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
signing.
Great signing. Obviously, he had a bit of controversy with the whole betting scandal that's going on at the minute, but he's been completely cleared of that. I think he's a great signing. I think he's an absolute fantastic signing. But apart from that, can you tell me any other players that Aston Villa have brought in terms of big names?
Coutinho.
Yeah, but he's gone off the boil again, hasn't he? He hasn't scored in a couple of weeks already now. He had 2-3
Still
games.
got a couple assists. It's what you want. Still output.
That was this year, last year, they signed Coutinho.
Looking at Villa's form at the minute, the last 5 games, they've lost 1, won 3, drew 1.
Yeah,
West Ham, who, by the way, again, West Ham could be in the good category.
Could have been on it, yeah.
They're sitting 7th. But I think Villa are getting a squad together, pushing competitions. Not on the biggest budget either, I don't think.
That's true.
No.
I
That's
think
a decent amount. I think that's actually
it's good.
underappreciated how much they actually are spending at the same time.
But then you also got to look at it like teams like Aston Villa and the Prem are spending so much money that teams outside of like Barca and Real and Spanish League, they spend in like 4 seasons, whereas Aston Villa splash on like 1 or 2 players.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what I'm saying, isn't it? Like,
yeah, I understand where you're coming from that point of view, but you also have to understand how much money's going into this league.
That's very true. Yeah. That's very...
I think that's another.
I'm surprised one of us didn't say this team, but to be honest. Well, who's your team?
My team, I'm stuck between 2 lads.
Good or bad?
So, good and bad.
Oh.
So I was going to pick my team, United, and say that was mine because I thought after the back of last season, Ten Hag's first season, we got to the final of one competition, top 4, so got Champions League back, and we won a trophy, albeit it's the Carabao Cup. I know it's the Donkey Cup, but it's still a cup, it's still a trophy, breaks the drought.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to go with United because it isn't a shock to me. I didn't expect us. I'm only 8 games in, by the way. I'm only, 8 points away from first, which sounds like a lot, but that's not as bad as I thought it was. So they're not going to be my shock. My shock team's actually going to be Spurs.
Oh, yeah.
I just thought, under Postecoglou, boys, listen to some of these stats, right? They have won 100% of their games at home. They haven't lost a point at home, boys. And on top of that as well, Postecoglou hasn't lost a home game in his managerial career, or since Celtic, sorry. So in his last 2 jobs, he still hasn't lost a home game.
That's
so he's showing that stadium, wherever he is, wherever his team is, they are like invincible at the moment at home. And away from home as well, I got some goals here as well. They're actually only 3 goals away from the top scorers in the league, which are Brighton, but they've conceded half of Brighton's goals. So I just think like he's just completely transformed the team. Everyone was worrying McCain going. They're going to be different team under him. How's it going to work? It was last minute. He was going. No one knew if Kane was going to go.
Losing a big player could be detrimental to any team.
Controversial opinion. Harry Kane leaving Tottenham's the best thing that Ange's done. It's actually got them playing football. They don't have to put everything around Kane. People like Son and everyone else can't start to excel now.
I don't think you could say that because you haven't seen him in the team under Postecoglou either.
That's what I was about to say. That's the only thing that I couldn't argue is that Spurs team would have scored even more without Richarlison up top.
Yeah,
that's true.
On the flip side of the coin, what we can say about that is that it's actually shown other players in other positions becoming maybe less pressured.
Yeah,
Kane, and then proving themselves to become, a star.
Oh my god!
Do you know who's one of signings this season has been? Do you know Tottenham's left back Udogie?
Yeah,
he's been unbelievable this year.
Phenomenal.
Unbelievable.
He's been very impressive.
I think everyone's missing the heartbeat, boys. Madison's
yeah.
Everyone was questioning this man, boys, right, for years, saying, can he make a jump from Leicester? Who's he going to go to? He would suit United, he'd suit Liverpool. Like, because after Liverpool lost Coutinho, they were saying, oh, he's young. And he's gone into Spurs, boys, and I think he's got the most assists in the league, tied top 2. Like, he's actually got however many goals for his name as well. He's trying, I think, personally, getting rid of Kane, you could argue, yes, like T said, they're playing better football, but you can't say it wouldn't be. But I just think the way Postecoglou plays, he plays really high fullbacks, he plays inverted fullbacks, but it also, like D said, when you bring Richarlison into the mix, he's not a proven goal scorer, but he gives you a Nunes. He'll press you all day.
Carlson's only a proven goal scorer when it's on a Brazilian top.
Oh mate, and Son's proven as well, isn't he? Like everyone was saying without Harry Kane, Son can't get any goals because they had the best partnership in the Premier League history. Look at Son this year, boys. He hasn't got Kane, and he's bashing them in. So
the 2 guys you just mentioned are player of the months for the first 2 months in the Premier League. Madison and Son, player of the month, and both of them, and then Ange was manager of the month for both.
He was the first one to do back-to-back months in his first time.
Is he?
The first to do that, yeah.
First man to do back-to-back months.
Do you think he can do 3 in a row?
No.
No, I don't think so.
that was such a quick answer. Delusional was like, nope.
The only way they'll give him 3 in a row is if they win every game 3-0. For example, like if it's a super comfortable month for them, that's the only way he gets manager of the month.
Yeah.
True.
Because after winning it twice, you're going, how do you top someone who's already done what he's done? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You look at the teams they played, though, boys. Right? If you look at like the clubs they've played so far, though, since the start of the season as well. So they've beaten Liverpool. They drew with Arsenal away. They beat United.
The Arsenal draw was, in my opinion, Arsenal should have buried them.
Yeah, agreed. They dominated. I thought I did. Same
City. The second time dominated, but again, is that Arsenal showing their true colours again? It's one of those things. But
yeah,
agreed.
No, I think so. But I think they got some big games coming up. Like they've got some games they should be winning now. Like Fulham at home, Palace away, Chelsea away will be a big one, I think. But no, I think if they're top,
that sounds like another comfortable month for Tottenham. Though. That sounds like another comfortable month. Chelsea game will be hard, but like as you said, who was the 2 teams? Palace and Fulham.
Fulham, yeah, Fulham, Palace.
They beat Fulham, but I think Palace would hold into like.
That's 2 London derbies, though.
That's 3 London teams, so it's not.
That's right.
They're not like they're going way up north. They're travelling here and everywhere.
The next month of football is crazy. I can't lie. Some of the games are very tasty.
But they're not in Europe either, lads, are they? I think we're all forgetting as well. I don't think they're in Europe, are they? Are they not? No. Are they in Europe? I don't know. Are they in the conference? I don't think they are.
No,
I'm sure they're not.
No.
Because if they're not, remember this, all the teams above them have all got Europe as well.
It's Liverpool, Brighton, West Ham in Europa League, and then Bauer Conference.
West Ham in conference, so they haven't even got European. So, boys, well, all these teams in 3 months' time are playing on a Thursday and a Wednesday and a Saturday, and they got the international breaks. Spurs have just got international breaks, so you know.
All right, sorry, Delusional. End on that note. End on your note, bro.
I was going to say is my one thing with Tottenham is that they do lack depth, and that's my one thing that's going to be their Achilles heel this season. Like, I know they haven't got the European schedule, but it's still a brutal schedule anyway with the top competitions and stuff.
I do agree. Yeah. I agree.
So, going from top of the league currently, Tottenham. Question 2, boys. What teams are facing a drop? Give me 4 out of the 3 teams that you think are in real trouble.
I think no matter what way we play this, all 4 of us will probably have 2 of the same 3.
Yeah.
And Sheffield United and I went Sheffield United, Burnley, and Everton as my 3.
Ooh.
Sheffield United, Burnley, and
Interesting.
Everton. I don't think Everton have a proven goal scorer to keep them in the league this year. Calvert-Lewin's too injury prone. Burnley, I feel like they play good football, just there's nothing there at the minute. And then Sheffield United.
Burnley's second highest conceded goals in the league. Only scored 7 out of 8 games. Looking a bit bleak for Burnley.
Yeah.
But is that going to change? Is the company maybe going to get a little bit more funds released in January? Who knows? My 3, I'm looking at Luton here. I mean,
oh my god, I forgot Luton. Oh my god, I forgot
This is what I was
Luton.
going to say. My preseason prediction was Luton.
Oh, I had Luton to finish last too. How did I forget Luton?
Have they got the money that they spent on Kenilworth Road to then spend in January? I don't think so. I think structurally, I don't think that they're quite Premier League yet, especially the stadium, the money they've spent on it to get it ready, the lack of sort of quality signings that they've brought in the summer, not great. Bournemouth, I think they're in real trouble.
Oh, okay.
And unfortunately, I think Sheffield United are again not going to spend the money that they need to spend in January.
I'm not going to change mine, but even though you said Luton, I'm not going to change mine. I'm just going to be a Luton supporter for the rest of the year now.
Their striker's pretty decent. It's just
he's on my fantasy football.
Is it Clinton?
Curtin Morris, yeah.
Clinton Morris, that's the one. He looks pretty decent. His volley against, I can't remember who it was really nice, but the rest of the team is just.
I'm guessing you have Luton.
That's a championship squad.
Boys, they've conceded less goals than Brighton, mind. Less goals than Brighton.
Brighton's probably scored like 5 times as much.
Brighton have scored 40. They have scored, 15 more, to be fair.
The trouble with that was that Brighton are 12 points ahead of them.
Yeah.
I'm surprised none of us said Brighton for a good team this year. I'm really surprised.
I think it was expected, wasn't it?
I don't think it's a shock, is it?
If anything, you'd be disappointed a little bit.
Yeah.
Being thumped by Aston Villa the way they did.
Yeah.
Willow, what we're saying for teams, what we're saying, who's facing a drop in your opinion?
I changed my mind again twice before you asked me. I was going through my answers again, but I'm gonna stick with my guns. So I definitely think Bournemouth and Sheffield United. I just don't think. I think Gary O'Neill leaving Bournemouth. They just you can't always blame the captain of the ship, but at the same time, I think the way they were playing last year, even though they weren't, I thought we could have even done better than they actually finished last year. That's how well they played. I thought they could have even been higher than when they finished last year. But this year, I think the way he left and them only having 3 points and them all being draws, not one win, I just really think, and again, same as Sheffield United. I just can't see when I watch them play. There's occasional performances from Bournemouth where they'll have a good spell of football for 20 minutes, but other than that, they're on the back foot even at home. And they haven't played all the big boys yet either. So I just think, for certain for me, I think it's definitely Sheffield United and Bournemouth. And I'm actually going to laugh at this. I'm actually between Everton and Burnley. Man
also thinks Luton's going to survive it here. Let's go. I'm not by myself.
I just think the way they've played against a couple of teams this year. Do you remember when Norwich got to the Premier League, boys, a few years ago? And the first game of the season, they played Liverpool at Anfield, and they were.
I think you'll remember they still went down.
Yeah,
they did, but there was some performances that year where they were unlucky. They should have. It wasn't like unlucky as in VAR, but it was just unlucky that it was like a 85th minute goal or something. Whereas I feel like with Luton, that is it Jody Morris up top? You said I just think like all the teams I've been relegated before have missed someone scoring. Like as much as he's getting their goals, he's still getting them for them.
So that Norwich had Pookie. We had Pookie party for ages.
Yeah, that's true. Well, he was good when he was against Liverpool. I think he scored.
Bringing up Norwich is literally what I said for Luton for this season in my pre-season predictions. Is that they will be exciting somewhat to watch because they will be ballsy at the start of the season, but after losing so many games, they'll just lose it.
Yeah, if I had to pin one, Craigie, I'm gonna just go with my gut and just say the current bottom three. I think are going. Everton was in there, but I'm going Burnley, Bournemouth, and Sheffield. I think Luton will just skim it.
Delusional, you on the same page?
I would switch Burnley with Luton, and
Fair.
I would agree with the other two.
Wait, so
Yeah.
with Luton, Sheffield United down too?
Yeah, left Luton, Bournemouth, and Sheffield down.
Bournemouth. So I'm surprised in Bournemouth, to be honest, but I really am.
I just don't see how they turn it around, to be honest.
No, I don't either, to be honest.
Because even if they were to say switch coach as example, who'd you go get? There's not really many.
Well, there's not many out there at the minute.
Yeah.
Not many out there.
Do you know what as well? I remember hearing, I think it was Sam Allardyce say, because he's known as the relegation saviour, and I think I remember him saying before, and I can't remember when it was, but he used to say, lads, right, he said 3 points in the bottom three is equivalent to 7 points, was it? It was a weird number, it was like 6 or 7 points it was in the top 6. And a commentator asks him, or a radio presenter, said, how would you work that out? And he said, well, if you look at stats, and he goes through stats, and he says, the amount of wins a bottom three get equates to like 2 or 3 a top would get. So when you're looking at the gap already, when Sheffield United are already 2 points behind Bournemouth, they're already 3 points behind Burnley. I just feel like, again, 3 points to them is equivalent to another team winning 3 or 4 in 3 or 4 weeks. So when another team gets, say, 12 points, they'd only then pick up 3. So if you're going by that ratio, I think they're behind it already. I just think, like you said, they're too far behind and they're gone.
Fair enough. Going on to question 3, before we hit some trivia questions.
Trivia questions, nice.
I've got some nice trivia questions for you boys. I think Willow's maybe going to smash a few there because Willow's quite clued up on these stats.
Oh, I love him.
Top 4, go. Top 4.
Top 4. Surrey, Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham.
Okay.
Surrey, Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham. Yeah, we'll go with.
You know what? Taking bias aside.
Don't you dare say Chelsea.
No, that's what I'm saying. Taking bias aside, the current top 4, but not in that order.
Okay.
Which is who?
Tottenham, Arsenal, City, Liverpool.
Yeah, the same as me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it changes.
Top 4 though, D. Who do you think's gonna who?
It all will be City. I'll put Spurs second, Arsenal third, Liverpool fourth.
Okay.
If we're going off current form and now the season started,
What be yours, Craigie?
I'm going to agree. I can't see the top 4 currently changing. I think Liverpool's got money to spend in January. City, I think obviously we know the squad depth of City and the quality of the players that they have. I think Arsenal, I don't know if they've got any more money to stretch, but I think the depth
The
that they've
squad should be good enough, yeah.
I think it's going to be good enough, and I think if Spurs can possibly get another couple of quality signings in, I think Spurs might be title challengers. I'm putting that one out there.
I wouldn't disagree with you. I would not disagree with you. The way they're playing at the minute.
There's a weird stat that's like the first team to hit 20 points, which is Spurs this season, has usually in like 8 out of the last 10 seasons gone on to win the title.
Oh, let's not listen to that because Arsenal last year blew all.
Yeah, but that's because they're Arsenal. We all knew that was going to happen.
Like they normally do.
Being a Chelsea fan, we all knew they were going to bottle it. North London don't know how to win trophies. It's fine.
I was reading so many things about like, at this point in the season, some points they're guaranteed to win it. Arsenal fans are going to hell themselves, and they bottled it again.
It's the same as Liverpool and Surrey that one year as well. We bottled it.
We got to remember though, mind the 2 years that when Liverpool won it, it was during COVID. Bear in mind, that's not an excuse. But they blew Everton out the park. You compare that season to now, where Everton strengthened ridiculously. I really don't. Yeah, I just.
Here's an opinion, and maybe it's because I'm biased. I'm sitting here in a Liverpool jumper while we're recording this.
Oh, here he goes.
We will never see a lower season than Liverpool done. 92 points from a possible 94 or something stupid. Losing 1 game all year. Apart from Arsenal Invincibles, no one will ever go Invincibles in this league again.
What about the Chelsea season and Mourinho?
I don't think anyone will.
Arsenal's Invincibles is overrated, and that will be my hot take.
Mourinho's one, boys, 03-04. That's the best season I've ever seen.
That was probably the best defensive season, though. They only conceded like 12 goals or something stupid.
So have we all forgot about Man City getting over 100 points?
Yeah,
they weren't like the first team to do that. So
but I feel like Liverpool losing just 1 game, and it's because the ball went over the line by like half a centimetre.
But wasn't Man City 100 points and 100 goals?
Also weren't the first team to do that either, so who cares?
Yeah.
Okay, Jeff Stellan, back to the studio.
Willow, we're free from free here. All three of us went for the same top four.
You're going to laugh at mine. You're going to absolutely wet your pants. No, I'm not saying United. I'm not that deluded. Don't worry, Mr. Delusional. I'm not that deluded.
Okay.
I'm going to say Villa. I think it's going to be... I think Liverpool will make it.
You think Liverpool will make it?
I think if Szoboszlai gets an injury, or I think if someone in your midfield gets an injury, and I mean a bad injury, which I don't hope happens, as a United fan, I don't hope it happens because it's bad for football. I want the Premier League to be the best Premier League it can. Even if United are donkeys years behind Liverpool, I still want them to be up there. I just honestly think if Liverpool get a big injury, whether it be Van Dijk, whether it be Szoboszlai, because obviously the schedule and everything, every team is going to have them. You had it beginning of the season, the end of last year. United are currently having it now.
Not just an injuries, Willow, just to remind you, so we have the African Cup of Nations for a month and a half throughout the season, so people like Salah and all will be gone as well.
I'm not saying out of form. I just think that Liverpool defensively have not been the same for a year or two now.
Oh yeah, agreed.
Agreed. I just really think that if you get a bad run of form, like you haven't won a game now in 2 weeks, still, like you
that's
had
been
3 wins in a
international
row,
break.
and then no, you are right. You are right. But I just honestly think the way Villa play, I just think they seem a bit more cutthroat than you offensively and a bit more better than you defensively. So I think it's somewhat Emery, boys. I think Klopp is amazing. He's out of this world. I'd love him at United, but I just honestly think Villa will just pip in the top four. Otherwise, it'll be
City,
that's
fair.
In my opinion, Arsenal, Spurs, and then Villa. And I think
as a Liverpool fan, I can't dispute it. Like if Van Dijk was then injured, who's our defenders going to be? Gomez
That's
and...
alright. It's not like Van Dijk's been any good for a couple of years anyway.
He's lost it. Once that injury, he lost his pace.
The aura defended's gone.
Yeah. I would agree with Delusional. I think Van Dijk is on his way out.
Yeah. I think he has probably one more year left in him, and then we have to look at replacing him somehow.
100%.
Because my thing with Van Dijk was everyone, especially during you guys' success, and everyone's like, I was a hater because I was like, he's not as good as everyone's making out to be. And don't get me wrong, he was world class and he was the best in his position at the time.
Yeah.
But everyone was comparing him to like sort of Sergio Ramos, Terry, all those types of defenders who did the whole entire career, 20 plus years of just winning and being the best in their position. But you can't compare Van Dijk 2 years to a whole entire career.
But Ballon d'Or, he finished, was a fourth in the Ballon d'Or that 1 year for a centre back. That's ridiculous. I
agree and disagree.
I'm not disagreeing that he's not. Like, I'm not saying that he wasn't.
He's not on the same level now for sure. 100%.
The hype. I think it's part of like social media fans.
What are you saying, Craig? Go on, Craigie.
I think Van Dijk reached the levels that, like, see, Terry and whatever reached, but I don't think he had the same legacy.
No.
Because
he reached it, but the longevity is not there.
The route that he took, obviously, Celtic, Southampton, and then off to Liverpool. You know, I think when people look at, like, say, John Terry, Chelsea for years, and he's consistently played at Chelsea for years, when they were winning for years, and I think that has a different look at other things. Like when you look at that, you think, oh, John Terry's a serial winner at Chelsea. But Van Dijk didn't have the opportunity at Liverpool. If Van Dijk was at Liverpool at the same age as John Terry started Chelsea, it might be a completely different story.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We've already seen the fall off after 2 years of being at that level. So,
but I think it's the demand of playing.
Age. You have to appreciate his age as well, and the injury that he's just came back from.
Yeah, remember when Terry came into Chelsea though? I'm not saying Chelsea were winning everything at the time because I'm not saying they were. But early into his career, much earlier than Van Dijk's age, he had Mourinho come in, who was a serial winner at Milan. Then, I know you're saying it's 1 year, but they won the Champions League, boys. That's a huge thing to come into. Yeah. And then you have like one of the best defensive managers that ever coached this game. Coach John Terry, an up-and-coming English golden era centre-half.
But what Mourinho done smart was Mourinho put Terry around good players, whereas Ricardo Carvalho, Peter Cech, those were the days Mourinho came out and changed it. Whereas now, Van Dijk came to Liverpool whenever we had Kolo Touré, whenever we had, even now, Joe Gomez. I don't rate the man. I think he's so bad.
Joe Gomez, South East London will always love you, sir. But your career hasn't lived up to the hype that we built you up to.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. When Mourinho came, he put good players around Terry, and I'm not saying I made Terry look better. I made Terry step up his game to the level he has. Whereas Van Dijk came in, and he had Colo Touré, Glenn Johnson, he had all those players around him, and you're like, it's not the same. The quality of players just
My
weren't
question
there.
to that is though, did he look better because the things around him weren't as good?
I would say yes. I would say if you
Yeah,
put
but that's
Terry
what
in
I'm
that
saying.
team,
He
Terry
wasn't-
would
he
excel as
wasn't-
well.
He looked at that level because the
would
people
say
around
yes.
him weren't that level.
I would say yes as well. I mean, when he was at Celtic, obviously, Celtic's on the telly in Scotland quite a lot. Rangers and Celtic are on telly. And when he was at Celtic, and obviously Celtic were in Champions League, you could clearly see him and Wanyama, for example, were at a higher level than where they should have been at Celtic. And yes, I would agree. He was made to stand out because he was at a higher level than the club that he. And when he went to Liverpool, they were in a transition period, I think.
Yep.
And again, he stood it.
Yeah, and again, because he was the best player out of the bunch, it made him look better.
Yeah. I mean, I would agree with that.
I'll give you that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Gonna have
Trivia.
Craigie.
Trivia time.
Oh, here we go.
If anybody's on premierleague.com/stats,
Wallow.
close
Willow's getting called out.
Do you know what, right? I'm going to even share my camera on Discord as well. I can't do an OBS Discord, can I?
I can just
I've
keep it on
closed
this.
everything.
close the tab.
Closed it.
So we've got four quick fire questions for you, right? So I'm taking your first answer. I'm not taking any other answers. I'm not having you going, oh, wait. It's your first answer, so think about it.
Are we going
Right.
round, or does everyone get the same question? Or
We're going left. We're going like this way on my screen. So we're going Tiernan, we're going Delusional, and then we're going Willow. All right.
Okay.
Question 1: top goal scorer so far.
Stun.
that was Cork. Oh my god, my
I
brain.
know that because we're literally player of the month, and he's been firing. I could be wrong. Is it not Son?
I think it's Haaland, isn't it?
Oh shit, Haaland!
Yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot about Haaland. Boys.
Oh my god.
I need an answer as well.
TD, who are you saying?
Well, I don't want to go the same 2 day going with. I'll go with Alvarez.
Well, if you think it's one of them, you still can go for it.
If you think it's one of them, you go for it, bro.
Yeah.
Haaland's on 8 goals.
Yeah.
No, guys, it's 8 and 8.
Oh,
Yeah.
boys, I thought it was- do you know what? That's class. Oh,
Two
shit.
clear of Isaac and Son.
Oh my god! See, I'm not cheating. Proves I'm not cheating. Look.
Son's in my fantasy team. I know he's not scored that many.
Oh, I thought he did. I think because Haaland's had a bit of a drought in he for a couple of weeks, and then sorry, yeah. Okay, sorry.
Boys, you get a point for each. You get a point for each player that you say. There's 3 top assisters in the league so far. Tiernan, tell me the 3.
1, James Madison. 2, I'm gonna go with Bruno Guimaraes because Newcastle scored our goals.
That's wrong.
Okay, and 3, I'm gonna go. Who scores goals? Man City. Let's go with Jack Grealish. I have no idea.
Jack Grealish doesn't even get a start in 11.
I couldn't think of a Man City player off the top of my head. I've been saying De Bruyne.
You got 1 out of the 3.
Okay.
I think obviously with Willow touching on the point earlier with James Madison, everybody's going to get James Madison. So just give me the other 2.
Right, obviously James Madison, and then I actually don't know. I don't look at this.
See, stop laughing at me when I get my answer.
I think I know one,
and
but I could be wrong.
Alvarez.
Oh, that's a shit.
Madison.
Yep.
I don't know if he's up there, but I think he is. Ward-Prowse.
Oh.
And your last one?
I'm stuck between D's and T's. D and T's were he. Oh man. Shit. So we said Madison, we said Ward-Prowse. Oh my god. Do you know what? It's between Watkins and Alvarez. I can't think. Oh, I don't know. I'm just gonna panic pick. I'm gonna say Alvarez.
So we have James Madison. Everybody got that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We then have a Newcastle player, Tiernan. so you were close.
Oh, it's not Bruno Guimaraes. Who is it?
Kieran Trippier.
Oh, interesting.
Of course.
Oh,
With
fair.
PR. No
This is one
way.
that no one even got close.
Okay.
Pedro Neto.
Really?
Pedro Neto from
Wow,
Wolves.
okay. Didn't know that.
All
Ah.
3 of the 5.
Didn't know that. Fair play.
I would never guess that. You could have given
I
me all
would never
day.
gone Pedro Neto. Yeah,
Give me
no.
all day, we still be here.
Because I said Madison. The boy shouldn't get Madison, really.
That surprised me.
I mean, I was on the right path when I thought Newcastle, but Bruno, Kieran Trippier, forgot about him. Damn it. He's on my fantasy team too. God damn it.
I didn't think about him.
Let's be honest, no one looks at their defensive fantasy.
True. It's all
Top
about
pass
attackers.
this season. Top
What?
passer this season.
Oh,
passer.
Well, we can start. Let's go anti-clockwise.
This is the most
okay.
passes they've had. And then I'll give you
Passer.
the figure. I'll give you the figure. They're on 756 successful.
I'm going to
passes.
say Rodri because
Okay.
City dominate the ball and he's in the middle and he's the heartbeat of the ball. Did you say top 3 or top passer?
top passer.
I'm going to go Rodri.
Yep, delusional.
I'm going to go. This is going to sound rogue and everyone's going to laugh. He's a centre back.
Don't you dare say what I think you're going to say.
Lewis Dunk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Okay, I'm when he says centre back, I thought, oh, we better not take mine. I'm gonna go with a Man City centre back,
Ooh.
and even though there's rotation, I don't know which one. I'm gonna go with Garvadal.
Ooh.
All right. So
What?
That was a wild guess, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't start first few games.
That was a rogue one, Garvin.
Exactly.
I kind of get it. I kind of get why.
Go on, Craig. Tell us who it is.
All right, so I'm trying to find.
What should be I was gonna say John Stones, but I was like, I don't know.
He hasn't really
No.
played, Johnson.
Yeah.
Trying to find Guardiola. Still trying to find where Guardiola is in this list. So
Okay,
I
just
have
skip on.
Oh, wow.
There's definitely a Man City centre back up there, like Nifanaki probably.
Willow's picking Rodri. He is in 5th position with 607.
Okay.
And in number 1 with 756 is Lewis Dunk of Brighton.
No,
Oh.
way.
What the hell?
No
How'd you get
way,
that?
Bro.
Go.
Nah.
Brighton, bro. Right, the passer thing is so weird. I've always looked at like any game, you'll just see that the centre backs are always the highest one, and I know how much Brighton have been ball hogs this season.
They love to play out for buck.
Yeah, like the centre backs are their main people starting the attack. So
Do you know what's a
Yeah.
good shout, though? I would never have thought of that. Fair play, D.
Yeah,
it's just
or
centre
me.
backs. I just know it's centre backs.
Yeah,
ever,
that's
like.
why I went. I thought Man City, maybe dominant position against like lower league team.
Oh, I tell you
Rodri
what,
wasn't a bad shout though.
I'll pick someone who hasn't started the first 3 games of the season. Well done, T.
I mean, name me a set of centre back who plays every game. You can't.
Okay.
Doesn't play every game.
Willow, you are 1 point behind the boys.
Oh, okay.
John's on 2. Delusional's on 2. Willow, you're on.
Oh, okay.
So Willow, you get the first shot at this one to try and
Okay.
change things up. Most clean sheets so far.
Oh, shit. It's not what I think it is. Oh, my God. I just said defensive stats before this as well.
Give me you have to give me the player.
I think I
Oh, the
know.
player.
I think I
Player.
know.
Sam Johnston. Easy.
Delusional.
Ooh.
Wait, who'd you say?
Sam Johnston.
Palace goalkeeper.
Wow.
He's in my fantasy league. I checked it the other night.
Damn, that's oh, that's not a bad shout at all.
You sticking with Johnson or
Yeah,
what?
more than happy.
Yep,
Ooh.
Delusional.
Now that's got me thinking.
Yeah, this has really got me thinking. Willow's really
Just
throwing me off.
remember,
with that.
right? The reason I say so many stats is because I love fantasy league. I'm obsessed with FPL. But I could be
You know
buffing
what?
you. I could
might
be curving
match
you.
Willow on the Palace front, but I might just pick someone different. I'll go Tyreek Mitchell.
Oh, what's a shout, you know?
Oh wait, it doesn't have to be a goalkeeper.
Wait, he's a player.
No,
I
can be
don't give
anyone.
me specifics.
Can be anyone.
I'm talking goalkeepers,
Oh, you
Delusional.
got a goalkeeper than Sam Johnston. Yeah.
Oh, my.
Well, I'm gonna go a little bit off here. I'm gonna go Vaccaro from Tottenham because I know he kept like 2 or 3 the first 2 or 3
yeah.
games.
Who?
Tottenham's
Tottenham
goalkeeper,
keeper.
Vaccaro.
Oh,
Okay. So, do you know?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Vicaro's tied second.
Oh my god.
Oh.
So to see if it's that Sam Johnson.
It is. He's in my FPL. It's got to be him because he got me points every week.
Up by 4 clean sheets is Crystal Palace's Sam Johnson.
Yes!
What's
come on!
Yeah, Crystal Palace are the only people I've been looking at against my fantasy.
Is
defence
Vaccaro
because they're keeping
free?
all the clean sheets.
I've had him in there since day one, and I haven't taken him out because he just had me points a week.
Is Vaccaro on free? And
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Honestly, delusional shout of the day, Lewis Dunk.
Yeah,
I did not think anybody was going to get that.
I didn't think that, to be honest.
Nah.
It's a good shout. Fair play.
I wouldn't have guessed
I'll
Sam Johnson
improve
either, to be honest.
My ball knowledge.
I would have went for, if it was me, obviously I've seen the stats, but if it was me, I probably would have went for Declan Rice.
That's a shout, you know.
Yeah.
Probably.
Holding midfielder.
Declan
That's what I was
Rice,
thinking with
yeah.
Rodri. Yeah, so I'm ping a ball off.
I just went for a shot at the dark river centre back because I was thinking about one of the Newcastle ones like Botman, but then Botman got injured.
Yeah, shout.
I think
It's always the centre
Newcastle-
back for that one.
I think Newcastle. You look at Newcastle now, especially with Isak there. I think the direct ball is looking a little bit more and more appealing for them.
Yeah.
Well, this is my thing. So bring up James Maddison conversation when I think Willow brought up about his next step after Leicester and who's going to go for him. I had James Maddison down as #1 transfer target for Newcastle.
But he was linked with the money. He was
I
there.
thought he went great for it.
North, to be honest.
And he's from Barnes instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went Barnes, and,
Quite like
to
Barnes.
me, Newcastle were lacking that real quality #10.
But they needed a winger more, didn't they? Because St. Maximin went, so they needed someone, didn't they? Whereas Spurs needed centre mid because Kane was dropping in. He was that cam, wasn't he?
Yeah,
So
that's true.
No, it's just my thing for Newcastle that they lack
Yeah.
that proper #10 to me, that little creative player behind. Like
Yeah, I
that
agree.
City game, for example, they struggled to create anything, and if they had that little creative spark,
Yeah, I agree.
they might have nicked something from it.
I agree.
We're just about to wrap this up. Just quickly, we're going to touch on manager of the season so far.
Ooh.
To lose a job. Who's going to kick us off? In fact, I'll kick us off.
Go for
Go
it.
on, Craig.
I think you can't ignore Postecoglou.
Yeah.
I think-
He would be my
Yeah.
pick too.
You can't ignore him. I think what he's done at Tottenham, yes, he doesn't have the European competition, but what he's done, 18 goals, conceded 8, sent top of the league. They've got runny fixtures coming up that are very lucrative for them, in my opinion. I think it's a good fit, especially the type of football he plays. Obviously, I've got to see him when he was at Celtic. Obviously, Celtic's a completely different situation.
Yeah.
League, things like that. But the way that he got his Celtic team to run and play 90 minutes at sort of full pace was incredible. So
I honestly think we could probably skip on to the next question. I think all 4 of us can pick Ange as manager of the season.
I was going to pick one that I've got one person in mind,
Oh.
and it's more of an if.
I'm going
I
to
will-
pick.
No. No bias here. No bias here. Mine's actually Unai Emery.
Okay, yeah. I mean, we did touch on that, yeah.
I think if he can get them to stay where they are and even into a cup final, I think you could look at him as manager of the season. Just to be
You
different.
can put him up there though, because they finished 7th last year. They were only 3 points away from 5th. But I get where you're coming from, though. Consistency.
But then
that
it's
they're
manager
getting.
season this
Yeah.
season, Willow. So far, not last season.
No, I get where he's coming from though. Consistency.
Yeah.
They're back up around the top 4 again. So yeah, okay, I get the game again.
I mean,
I like the
I've
football they're playing. Like if they can get a cup going as well, I think, and they keep playing the football they are, then
why
I don't
not?
see why not. Yeah,
I have 2 names written down. I had Ange, but then my backup choice was to Serbi because Brighton's playing good football. Brighton top goal scorer. Bringing in Ansu Fati to play at Brighton. It's a ridiculous signing, by the way.
Yeah, I think deserve it. I think there's a lot of managers we could put in the category.
But I think Ange takes it clear.
yeah. I think
I'm with you.
So if we're going for like strongest favorite, most realistic, and
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Craigycoo is awful. The manager to be sacked, you said?
to lose a job.
This
I've
is
got 2.
interesting. 2?
No, I've got 2 here that I think people will be like, what? Brentford, Thomas Frank. I think
Okay,
he's.
okay.
I think he's in trouble. I
Do
think
you
he's in
think
trouble.
that's partially down to not having Ivan Toney?
But they had notice that Tony was not going to be here.
True.
What have they
Yeah.
done?
they've gone off the boil
And
very much. Yeah,
What they've done, the last 5 games, draw, lost, draw, and lost. And then they've got Burnley. So
And
next
Buemo's
game-
playing good for them. He seems to stand a star.
Yeah, but he's
You
not a
know,
striker, is he?
He
Like
keeps
Craig's
missing
saying.
chances.
Yeah.
I think Thomas is looking ominous. I think if results don't improve quickly, I think we could see him maybe heading out the door. I'm going to go with Sheffield United, just with the fact that you've scored 6 goals and conceded 22. You've had a hammering at home, an embarrassment hammering at home. Albeit it was to Newcastle. Obviously, I'm a bit biased, but Newcastle played very well. But really, they gave up after 4 goals. For me, out of those two, realistically, I think Sheffield, Heckingbottom will lose it first. But I think Thomas Frank is looking a little bit dodgy.
Interesting. Delusional.
Yeah. If we're doing 2, one's a bit rogue, and one's I think nailed on. I'll go with the nailed on one because it doesn't really need much discussion. It's the Bournemouth manager.
Okay, yeah.
I don't see how he turns it around personally. Like all the clubs around him have moments in games where they have a thing. Craigie's shout of Paul Heckingbottom, I think, is a good shout as well. But I think just Bournemouth are like bad and then even worse than that a little bit, just in the sense that he came with an expectation, and those expectations just aren't being met this first quarter of the season.
Very true.
My rogue one is
Don't
Ten
you
Hag.
dare. I
Yep.
knew it. I knew he was going to say it. I'm ready to
Ten Hag.
defend. I'm going to go, Scott, you go first. You go first.
Oh.
Purely off, he had the whole of last season. He turned it around and started awfully, don't get me wrong, fair play. But he keeps picking a player to throw under the bus. Eventually,
Correct.
the rest of the players are going to see this and go.
I disagree.
You kind of already start to see it. I can't
He's losing the dressing room.
I disagree. Disagree completely.
And
Completely
also,
disagree.
like, who's it against Brentford? You bring on McTominay off the bench. McTominay scoring 2 goals. Fair play to him. Just call him what you want, but
That was lucky.
What was that substitution anyway? That was very rogue and very. I have no idea what I'm doing.
I mean, McTominay
disagree completely.
McTominay is the goal.
Fun fact: McTominay was a striker on the Man United academy before he came in this senior team.
McTominay is the most informed goal player in Europe, other than Jude Bellingham. He's got the highest goals in European qualifiers and in the Premier League in form in weeks.
Either way, my thing with Ten Hag is that they don't play. The football just isn't there. Results aren't going his way and seem to only get worse. And if he gets group stage in Champions League, it's very ominous.
Okay. I want to keep mine to last because 4 managers have been mentioned, and not the one that I have wrote down, has been mentioned.
Go on then.
I want Waddle to go first because I'm going to keep mine to the end. Waddle.
Want me to go first? Okay, I'm calming down after these. My boss, my gaffer. I'm with Craigie on one. I thought Thomas Frank for Brentford. 110%. I think he's bought himself time because they come up from the Championship and they've done really well. So I think he's entitled to a season like this. But I do think, looking at all of these in terms of like if shit hits the fan next, I think he would be in the firing line in my top 2. I'm with Craigie. I couldn't agree with Craigie anymore. And you got to laugh at this. And I'm not just saying it because D went for United.
He's going for Chelsea's manager.
No, I'm not. I'm actually not. I'm not just saying a rogue on for the sake of being rogue. I'm going to say Arteta. And the reason I'm going to say it is because... No, listen. Wait. Listen. Other than winning 1 FA Cup, when he came in, by the way, when they were ready in the semi-final, so he had to play 2 games, win a trophy. He didn't... Everyone says he won a trophy at Arsenal. No, he won 2 games and got the trophy. He finished 2nd last year, which is fantastic, by the way.
They're 2nd at the minute, I'm not sure.
Yeah, they are. But if they don't win the league again, 2 years in a row with the investment he's had, remember, it's 100 million in Rice, by the way. 100 million in one player. He's then had 250 million 2 years. He's spent $500 million, boys, in 3 years.
But that's the money you got to spend to compete with City. Liverpool had to do the same.
But if you don't win anything, though, if you don't top 1 things... Boys, I'm happy to... Go on. Let me go on.
That's a little bit, right? Arteta doesn't make bold decisions.
No, he doesn't. But he picks the players he wants.
I would say he would have a say in what players he wants, but he doesn't pick the prices.
No, I agree.
He doesn't say go to West Ham and buy Declan Rice for 100 million.
No,
Right? Yes, they
totally
spent
agree.
under his tenure, but that is wild. I mean,
These people spending that type of money, it's crazy. I can't believe they do that.
I thought Mainz was going to be a rogue shot, but there's no
No.
way in hell that I am beating them Mikel
I
Arteta
just-
unless I go Pep.
Okay, listen to this then, right? So if he spent $500 million in 3 years, okay, and he's won nothing in 3 years, by the way, because it wasn't last year or the year before when the FA Cup. It was the year before that.
Just to stop you
And
there,
forgetting that.
just flip a script. How much has Ten Hag spent in 3 years?
I didn't say he isn't in my top 3. I said my top 2. I said he might have been in my top 3. If you, as the D said, I said I can understand the degree, but like, I just think, boys, if he doesn't though, and I'm not just saying Ten Hag isn't in the conversation. You could put him in the same bracket as Arteta, but it's Ten Hag's second year. It's Arteta's 4th, and he's only won 1 FA Cup after 2 games.
So
Let him cook. Let Willow cook, man. I'm here for it. Let him
saying,
cook.
I
just
just-
saying. Okay, well, listen to this then. If he doesn't win a trophy again this year,
That's
so he's
fine.
gone 4 seasons with $500 million, 4 now, not 2 like a Ten Hag, or 1.5 for Ten Hag, 4, and he spent $500 million. And he's won an FA Cup only because he won it 2 games in. How can you say he's been successful if he's just got
You're
Champions League
trying to
every year?
catch the greatest team the Premier League has ever seen in Man City.
That's it, but that's what champions do, boys. They beat the greatest teams. Like, you know, look at Chelsea when they beat United when Mourinho was there. They won. They still beat United.
I see your logic, but
I don't understand it.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
this logic would only happen at the end of the season. They're not going to sack him during the season.
Oh, no. But we said, we're sacking him right now, during the season, or at the
Next
end.
manager. First manager to be sacked.
There'll be questions on him in there at the end of the year if he don't win the trophy again.
Everyone's just froze for a second. Okay.
Uh,
Okay, so mine doesn't actually look too bad now. So I feel like there was a part of me that wanted Wallow to go first because I knew Wallow had some rogue shit. Mine's is Vincent Company at Burnley.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think he spent too much money in the transfer window. Came up, he's bought like 15, 20 players. They haven't gelled. They play good football, but the results haven't gone their way. Yes, they play some big teams, but sooner or later, Burnley's got to start winning games. They can't be in the same conversation as Sheffield United, not in the bottom of the table. With the money they spent, considering Sheffield United probably didn't spend a penny.
just someone remind me how much you spent on that young English goalkeeper.
Trafford, isn't it? Is that his name? No.
James
Yeah,
Trafford.
Trafford. It's
Yeah.
like 20 million, wasn't it?
And the man never played a professional game for Man City.
No, that's nuts.
It's wild.
That's
nuts.
crazy.
I think Vincent Company shot himself in the foot with just signing young exciting players like their winger. They look good, but it's not.
If he was still at Anderlecht, obviously the Belgian Dutch.
It would
leagues,
work if he's still in the Championship.
Yeah, I think it would, but you're in a higher caliber league where you need that experience to pull you through games.
Mm-hmm.
I think he might be. I think he's up there as well. Yeah,
And I think him rejecting Andros Townsend was a bit of a. You're not signing Andros Townsend because he's going to play every week. You're signing him because he brings experience to that dressing room.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And
Even
him
if you do
turning
pay the man
Andros Townsend
50, 60, 70k a week, it doesn't matter because you're not paying him to be the standard player. You have people you brought in to be that. Off the bench, man's got a wand. His left foot is unbelievable.
It was like Andros Townsend said he was like, I was there ready to sign the contract, and then Vincent Company changed his mind.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The deal was there,
Yeah.
and Vincent Company changed. So you got to look at that decision making. Going, ooh. So I get your point. Yeah, it's not a bad shout.
Cheers. Right, ending it off. We've had good discussions here. One more answer, just to end the discussion. Champions goal.
Man, sorry.
City.
Yeah, all four.
Clean sweep.
Unanimous.
No one's having this. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
No, I agree.
If they don't start producing the results, I mean, they've lost the last 2, to be fair. If they don't start producing the results, Guardiola's going to get us back and off the money.
I don't think they sign anyone. It's just their
think they
key
do.
players are injured.
I think they do.
KDB's injured.
That's why they're going to start signing, because to replace the key players. I think signing the Kovacic, wild in my opinion.
Wild but good. He's been unbelievable, I think, this season.
I think the thing that's hurt Pep is that he refuses to play a DM when Rodri's not available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he
Kovacic
does, though.
into
John
DM.
Stones plays there, doesn't he? Stones plays there. And Stones had man of the match the last game, bear in mind.
Yeah, but Stones is not a DM with Hart.
That's what. Yeah.
We're all agreed that City's going to pull through.
Yeah. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I think.
I agree.
That's right, boys. Well, first episode is going to be a quarterly session, people. So the next time we see us will be in January, probably when the Premier League has a January break.
And when Liverpool's top of the league. Sorry, Craig, continue. My bad.
Oh, when Poch
When Liverpool are sitting tense and Klopp's away back to Germany. That's when you'll see us. But it's been a pleasure, boys. Any last words before we go?
I think we had everything in the nail on the head, to be honest. I think everything's covered.
my words will be let everyone cook.
Can we look back at this then and on our half on January and go, well,
oh my god, yeah.
Well, you said that Arteta was going to be a first manager sacked. There's 6 managers sacked already, and Arteta's top of the league.
I'm telling you, wait till you see the end of the season. If you don't win nothing, there's going to be some questions about Arteta again. I'm telling you.
I don't.
Well, you're about to blow up on TikTok. Arteta sacked.
AFTV are coming for a certain Welshman. We all know.
I'm happy. Bring them down to Swansea. I'm happy, boys. I'm telling you.
All right, boys. It's been a pleasure.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Craigie.
Take care.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Appreciate it, boys.